What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for being back here. I'm trying to. There we go. Now I'm started. I was waiting for my Instagram. How are you guys? Welcome back. I just got out of work, so I ran home to uh to talk about this. Um, Very exciting piece, at least for me. We knew that was coming. They teased it a while back. It's finally here. The way that it was shown was kind of weird. It was just like, here you go, shoved down our throats, like very random, very last second. Um, we're gonna get into it, guys. Just waiting on a few of you guys to come in here. We got Uncarded in the house. Who asked? Who asked this? This looks like Buzz Lightyear's got. Oh my god. This guy, unbelievable. He said, "Who asked for this?" Oh my god, unbelievable, unbelievable. We got Harold. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you. Long time, long time. Oh man, we got Chris. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Welcome back. This one is this fast. No, I just got home from work, so I couldn't put my hat on. I literally ran downstairs. I still look. Dress pants, no sweatpants today. I literally just like ran home to talk about this because it's very exciting. At least, like I said, at least for me. Like Uncarded says, you may have YouTubers asking this question: Who asked for this? You know who asked for this? Collectors asked for this. Okay, just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people won't like it. So it's that simple. Who asked for this? Collectors asked for this. That's who. You know. I can't stand that how because they don't like something, it's oh well, nobody should get this because I don't like it. Psh, get out of my face. We got let's see, Joker J in the house. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. We got Chris in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Mr. Mom says, at least you were unlike Lane. Oh my god. That's just so funny. It's like, oh, like Lane. Lane. Oh man, that's so funny. Season 2 of What If? Yes, I haven't seen it. I haven't even started it yet, but it looks like I'm gonna have to because this figure. Let me put it up, guys. Let me put it up. What am I thinking? What am I doing? Wow, guys. So here it is. We got this beauty, right? We're gonna start from the beginning. So here we are, guys. Let's see. I don't like it, and I'm the, the best. I don't. Yeah, no. Again, I'm not saying that everybody has to like it. That's not what I'm saying, right? Everybody has their likes and dislikes. The problem is the YouTubers don't want to put out the money for this, right? Which is 100, I think, 425 or 475, something like that. Um, they don't want to put the money up first. So what do? They bash or they talk bad about it, and so they influence other people not to get it and also talk bad about it. That's the whole point of that, you know. But collectors, as you guys know, will always need an excuse to collect. They don't need an excuse to collect as long as it's something that it's appealing enough to be in their collection. You better believe they'll get it. I'm getting this piece 100%. um it's very pricey for what it is. It's not die-cast whatsoever, right? The fact that it's not die-cast and it's still 400 and let me see how much it is exactly. 495. So I was wrong. I thought it was 425 or 475. It's 495, okay? So 495, so it's going to be over $500. No die cast, strictly plastic as you can see, right? Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, no die cast, right? Is this worth the money? Is this worth 495? Absolutely not. What are we paying for, right? There's no die cast I just mentioned. So what are we paying for? Why is it so expensive? Well, number one, look at the height. The height alone, okay? Look at that height alone. So that is affecting the price 100% because it's a big piece, right? It's nowhere near as tall as the what was that thing? The Hydra Stomper, right? Not anywhere near as tall, but it's taller than, as you can see, this is the diecast Mark IV next to it, right? So they're giving you the scale to see, the comparison scale, so you can see what it looks like. We got Polo in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you. It's been a while. I feel like I saw you 2 weeks ago, last week. Thank you for being back, my friend. Harold says, I need to be like those other people and say hard pass him. Exactly. Exactly. You notice anybody who says that, they don't really buy much. Anybody who gets off on hard pass, it's just, again, and I don't mean that you're not allowed to dislike it. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because a lot of people won't like the color pattern. They won't like all these crazy colors all over the place, right? Makes sense. You don't have to like everything. But you'll have those that will purposely dislike it and talk bad about it. Number one, because they don't want to put out the money for it. Number two, because they want other people to be on their side so they could say, oh, see, I'm not the only one. Meanwhile, they're the ones influencing those people to talk bad about the figure. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not the last time it's happened. It's been happening for a long time. So, TK, my friend, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome back. We got Slug at 16. How are you, my friend? Hit that like button, guys, if you don't mind. There's 14 of you guys in here. Every like helps, as you guys know. We got Babo in the house. I beat Dice. I'm glad they're doing more of the. Yes. Strange Supreme. They're definitely doing the T'Challa Star Lord that we saw, right? They teased a full figure with the helmet and everything. So that's coming. That Strange, I have a feeling, is 100% coming. We're going to get a lot of season 2 figures as well. Really good ones at that. So that's why I don't mind this line. So far I have everything from the What If line season 1. Obviously, I got to get the stuff from season 2. It looks beautiful. Yep. No diecast, $495. Correct. So you may think, why is it so expensive? Again, look at that height, look at that mass, look at that size. I can guarantee you there's weight on that thing. So is it worth $499 plus tax and shipping for you guys? No, that's up to you guys to decide, right? But I can tell you it's all plastic. It's all plastic. Is it going to look nice? Absolutely. Is it going to be, a conversation piece? Absolutely, because it's going to be massive, right? It's going to be bulky. It's going to be, I have a feeling, guys, that it's going to be like the Batman XC figure from the Arkham Knight video game. I think it's going to have that type of bulk. Obviously, this Iron Man has a lot of shoulder armor, so it's going to make him really, really wide. So it's going to be bigger than that Batman, but it's going to be somewhat that size. We got Mr. Mom. Pulses Hot Toys knows they're not selling many. Well, that's another thing. Are they making their regular amounts? Are they making their regular, release quantity? We don't know, right? Something big like this, they're probably going to make a bunch because it's straight plastic, right? It's all plastic, so it's very cheap for them to make. And I don't think it's going to be, what can this item, this figure, this character could have possibly costed them to make, right? How much could this have cost? Definitely not, hundreds of dollars, right? It's definitely not $200 at cost, right? Impossible. It's way less than that. So because of that, I think they're gonna make plenty. I think they're gonna make plenty, and I think they're gonna sit for a while, just like everything else is sitting. I was bugged out about the Hydra Stomper and that Steve Rogers pack. I was like, oh man, they're gonna sell out, blah blah blah. They're still sitting. Captain Carter still sitting. Ultron, Infinity Ultron, still sitting, and those figures are beautiful. That Infinity Ultron is probably one of the best figures. It's definitely top 5 figures of the year, 100%. So that line is good. It's just it's not doing well. Nothing Marvel is doing well, like that. So that's the problem. I can tell you this: will I get this item? Absolutely. Will I get it? Pre-order or get it for retail? I hope not. I hope not because it's going to be lowered eventually. So it's stupid to be paying full price for that. Hey Ryan. Fabs, I heard I have a hard time catching the live always. Thank you, my friend. No, I know you're always around. Believe me, I know who's around and I know who's not. And you may not be here all the time, but you have been here plenty over the entire time that I've been streaming. So I know, like I said, I pay attention to everybody. I know who's here and I know who's here when they're here, and I know who's not here when they're not here. Believe me, I pay attention to all of that for a reason, Action in the Box, my friend. Welcome. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Long time. Yamo in the house. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Joker J says, it's almost as expensive as their recent exclusive diecast Spider-Man. Yeah. Diecast Spider-Man. No, that Spider-Man was not diecast, and you know that. And it was 400 and change. Exactly. And that's what I tell you guys. These limited pieces that Hot Toys keeps pumping out, 1,200, 1,400, 1,500, that's just money in their pocket. 1, 2, 3. There's no, oh, well, is this worth it? I'm not getting them because it has nothing to do with that. You either want the limited piece or you don't. And guess what? Nobody's worrying about your feelings and nobody's caring about your feelings. You either buy it or you don't, because guess what? If you don't buy it, you're not going to get it and you're going to miss out on it. So however and whatever the quality is of those limited pieces, they're going to sell out regardless, because that is the whole point of these pieces, to make it appetizing enough and appealing enough for us to be like, you know what? It's limited. It's cool. Let me just get it. People just have to like it a slightly bit to jump on a limited figure. Nobody's sitting there going, oh man, I really don't want that. Oh, they could keep it. No, that limited number makes it appealing for everybody, right? And that's why a lot of people jump on these figures. And what did you guys notice? If you noticed yet, you're having people buy these figures, get the exclusives, and then what do? They're trying to sell them. The problem is nobody's overpaying for these things. That's the issue. But people are getting these limited figures left and right like nobody's business. Why? They're special. That's the whole point. Are they worth that money? Absolutely not. Like I told you, after every video that I've made regarding those limited figures, not worth it whatsoever. No Spider-Man figure, unless it's like Joker J says, unless it's diecast, it's not worth $400 some. No Spider-Man figure at that scale, at that size, those bodies that they come with, that have to be articulated enough, to make them a Spider-Man, right? There's nothing special about any of these Spider-Man figures that warrant them being, 400 plus. Impossible. Any Spider-Man figure should be no more than $150, $175. That's it. Obviously, an Iron Man, diecast Iron Man, is not going to be, $150. Obviously, something for that would be $250, $275, even $300, right? $300. That's it. More than that, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's what's been going on with that, with the prices and the materials that they're using. Bobby says, I need this plastic bad boy. Exactly. So anybody could hate on this. You could sit here and say, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like that. Blah, blah, blah. Again, that's your right. You're not forced to buy anything. The problem is when the YouTubers start talking bad about it and start being negative about it, that puts stuff in people's heads. And the worst part about it is that these people talking bad about these figures don't even collect. It's that simple. Right? So that's what bothers me, that these people are out there telling other people what to buy and what not to buy when they don't buy anything themselves, and that's what bothers me. Another really cool thing about this figure here, guys, is we get a half a head sculpt. As you can see, we get a Tony animated Tony Stark head sculpt. As you can see, it's slightly like the classic Iron Man figure that we got, that yellow one. Looks kind of like that, obviously slightly different, but it looks similar to that. Very appealing, right? They gave us a full head sculpt for that figure. Now they give us a half a head sculpt with this. Again, this head sculpt is very important. Why? Number one, getting a Hulkbuster like figure, right, from this animated show. It's not something that a lot of people are looking forward to, right? It's a plastic figure, right? It's another Iron Man. The color scheme is crazy, right? So it may not be appealing to a lot of people, but that head sculpt alone, I can tell you, it changed my perspective about the figure immediately. When I first saw it, right? When we first saw it, when it was first shown, there was no hint at the fact that there was a head sculpt at all. So nobody expected it. I didn't expect it at all, right? So I was like, oh, it's cool. It's a different look. You know, it looks like a Hulkbuster. It's a big figure. It's colorful, blah, blah, blah. Again, the fact that we know it's a Sakaarian figure, we know why these colors are what they are, right? We know that in Sakar, you could see that was like the theme, all these crazy colors all over the place, right? So it makes sense. The head sculpt, though, that was done on purpose to give the figure another layer of depth. Because we could have had just a regular Sakaarian Iron Man, just bulky, figure for no reason. But you add the Tony Stark head sculpt, now you have a Tony under there. Now you could display the head sculpt, the figure just like this, with the mask up, the head sculpt being shown, and the figure looks completely different. Because I will tell you this head here is not appealing whatsoever. To me, I don't think this is great looking at all, right? But with the mask up, huge difference. Huge difference, and it'll make me want to display it more because of the head sculpt. And I will display mine with the head sculpt, not with the shield down, not with the face plate down. Just because to me it looks more appealing. It looks nicer. It's gonna look nicer on the shelf. Carlito, welcome, my friend. He says, for me, the disappointment with figures like this is that there are figures I would have preferred well, yes, I think other collectors feel that. Well, yes and no. So here's the thing. Obviously, we know that Hot Toys is not catering to anybody specifically, right? It's just that simple. Right? So they're not catering to anybody. You mentioned Star Wars, right? We know that they love Star Wars. We know that Howard loves Star Wars. So we're always going to have these waves where we're going to have, Star Wars, we're going to have Marvel, we're going to have DC. That's just common. We all know this. You know this very well, right? The thing is this, not everybody is going to love everything that is released and announced by Hot Toys. It's just that simple, and that's just life, right? We don't all like everything. We don't all collect everything. We don't all collect the same thing just because we don't all like the same thing. So that's just human nature. That's just common sense, right? So you're not alone complaining about, them. Again, who asked for this, right? That would be like the main question, right? Who asked for this? Many people will buy this, right? Just because you see in the community that there are people who feel like you do. What is the point of this? Who asked for this? Why do we need this? This is crap to me. I'm not buying this. Why couldn't they give us? It's common sense. You're not alone feeling this way. Many others like you are saying, who asked for this? What the hell is this, right? And that's just part of the game. What you need to do now is what? All you can do is wait until they make something that is appealing to you. Right now, obviously, Hot Toys is not looking for Star Wars collectors, which is why they're pumping out Marvel stuff, specifically this. But obviously, they're not telling you, oh well, screw you. You only like Star Wars. That's your problem. No, eventually they'll come out with something. Or they'll announce something or tease something that will be specifically for Star Wars people. It's that simple, right? That's what I'm saying. Not everybody's gonna love this. Not everybody should love this, right? If you don't like it, there's nothing wrong with you liking it, right? What I'm talking about is the YouTuber specifically who say they don't like it just so they don't have to pay for it, and while doing that, they're messing up people's collecting as well. TK Magic Shop, how are you, my friend? Welcome back. Nice to see you. That is one cool one, but gonna pass for sure. See, again, there's nothing wrong with you passing. You don't have to like everything. Not everybody likes everything. I don't like everything. I just like to collect everything, right? There are figures that I'm like, oh, this is okay. But does it look great in the collection? Absolutely. Right? When you're a collector, you're not looking for excuses not to collect. You're looking for reasons to collect, right? It's just that simple. When you're an actual, collector, that's what you want to do. You just want to collect, and you find little things here and there. Oh, that looks cool. Like, oh man, like you find reasons and justifications to enable yourself to buy something because you like collecting. That's why when somebody immediately, like, you'll never hear me talking, badly, like terribly badly about Hot Toys figures. I will tell you, this sucks. They didn't do this right. This is not okay. I'll be very fair and I'll be very honest, but I will not bash it to the point where it's like, oh, that's garbage. Who needs it? Just to turn other people off, just so I don't have to pay for the figure, just so I can justify, again, finding a reason not to collect. That's not me. That is not me. Again, I don't force anybody or tell anybody you need to buy this, right? I will always buy it, and I will always tell you guys, my opinions and my views on specific items, and that's it. But when it comes to, telling you guys don't buy this, I would never, because it's none of my business. The YouTubers, though, on the other hand, will say to you guys, oh, don't buy this. Literally, don't buy this. This is not good. Who are you to tell me what to do? That's why I would never tell you guys any of that stuff, MB Dyson says, Fab knows when you're he knows when you're not here. Well, that's why I tell you guys all the time. What do I say? Guys, if you're on here, just in the chat, just say hello. Even if you never come back, just say hello, because at least I'll know that your name is always there. So even if you're never there watching the show, at least you popped up, you said hello, and at least I know that you were there at some point. Obviously, if you just show up and you're just watching the background, I'll never know you're in here. So that's on you. But yes, long time. Merry Christmas. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome. We got Irish in the house. The Mark 46 reissue exclusive is sitting at Sideshow, while here in the Philippines it's hard to find. Ooh, look at that. The Mark 46 reissue. Is that the Homecoming Tony Stark figure? I think that is it. That's it. And it's crazy how it's gone over there. The Philippines has a big collecting community, I noticed. There's a lot of collecting over there in the Philippines. And Indonesia, too. Chris says, this look good, though, cause this what if line is great. Wait, this does look good, though. Because this what if line is great, and they will probably do Watcher and Doctor Strange from the... Absolutely. 100%. If they already teased T'Challa, more's coming. They're going to make that figure. They're going to make the Watcher. It's a no-brainer. Easy money for them, Irish says, well, Star Wars Hot Toys here is hard to predict if it will sell out or not. Lots of rare Star Wars in U.S., but here no one's paying attention. Ooh, crazy. So give me an example, Irish, of what your situation is over there. Like, give me an example of a figure that, for example, the Mark 46. What do you think the issue is? Is it because Philippines didn't get as many as anywhere else? Let me know what you mean. MB Dice says, no offense, but Star Wars collectors should not be complaining. Star Wars gets more than its fair share as DC collector. I can't even. That is very true. That is very, very true. MB Dyson, that is 100% true. Correct. And he doesn't mean, obviously, any disrespect by saying that, that you shouldn't, Star Wars collectors shouldn't be complaining. Um, but it's what he's saying is very true. Star Wars gets tons. Marvel gets tons. DC, very, very minimal releases, announcements, teases, all that stuff. Very, very minimal. We all know that. So I understand what he's trying to say. He doesn't mean like, you shut up for complaint. You know what I mean? That's not what it means. But he's pointing out a very good point that a lot of people, don't really not understand, but don't really focus on the fact that, DC is like the least um taken care of. The least the least amount of figures come from DC, you know? And they're such iconic figures, and they don't make as many. Again, I don't know if it's a licensing thing. I don't know what it is, but whatever the reason is, I don't understand it. But another thing too, MB Dyson, Shazam though. We're getting Shazam. We're not getting Shazam. We're getting Black Adam. Shazam, obviously, Hot Toys can't do anything if the movies didn't do well, right? Remember when it was teased that it was coming? I guess they said, you know what, scrap it. Blue Beetle would have been an amazing figure for them to make. That figure would have had a bunch of accessories, a bunch of different things, attachments, all these things. Would have been an amazing figure. But again, is it Hot Toys' fault that they didn't make it because of the movie? That's the problem. That's what happens. That I would have bought a Blue Beetle immediately, Shazam from the first and second movie, but we're not getting that stuff, so it sucks. Fabs, I enjoy your love for the Hot Toys toy brand without regard to specific figure. It's a perspective I don't have. It's interesting to see. Exactly, correct. 100%, right? I appreciate the work that they do. I love the figures that they make, even from the very beginning. Remember, at 1.0 now compared to anything 2.0 or anything newer is garbage at this point. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Some of these figures, the articulation from the older ones, barely any articulation, right? Now you got figures moving all over the place. So that's what I mean. I just love everything that they make, right? I'm just a huge, huge Hot Toys fan, right? I appreciate their work. I appreciate all that stuff. That's why, like, for me to hate a Hot Toy is like, man, like you really got to mess it up real, real, real bad, because I just think they're, perfect in general, Civil War. Oh, that's the 46 is Civil War. Let me see. Oh, I see which one it is. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. Yes, with the base. Yep. That's a very good one. Yeah, with that with the stone base that looks like a V. It's like a I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a great figure. I got two of those for the two different looks. TK Magic Shops, you do all right yourself. Thule, my friend, welcome. Nice to see ya. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, guys. There's 25 of you guys. Hit that like if you don't mind, please, please, please. Is there a reliable Philippine store we can buy from? Ooh, that would be nice, but the shipping, good luck. Good luck. But Philippines have they have their own stores over there. Absolutely, it's just to ship to the U.S. Can't be cheap. There were no pre-order here on the Mark 46 and Stealth Cap. The official distributor here. Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. The exclusive here. Hot Toys only got 30 pre-orders. Oh, wow. 30 pre-orders for the Artisan. What is the price, if you don't mind me asking, of the Artisans, to see what the exchange is over there? Rudy, welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome back. It says, "What's up, everyone? Just stopping by to say." And not for me, but kind of cool. $4.95 buys a lot of presents. This guy, unbelievable. Yes, that is true, guys. $4.95 is not, it's not cheap, and it's either, you get that one figure, or you could get two third parties, two present toys. Um, or you could put that money elsewhere. But again, my little turnoff here is the no diecast issue. I think figures like these should always have diecast. But again, if it's 495 without diecast, with diecast it would have been what, 600. So I think that's why they do these things too. We complain about the no diecast, but it's like, well, if we gave you diecast, it'll be $200 more. So it's annoying. Lots of original trilogy troopers and Rogue One figures here are sitting. And nobody can find Rogue One figures here. Everybody's looking for Rogue One figures here. That's crazy. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see. Irish says there are a lot of reliable hot toy distributors here in the Philippines and malls that sell hot toy. Ooh, it's very cheap as well, but you need to be careful. So this is a good point because I don't know if you guys remember years ago when that X-Men Origins Wolverine came out. I don't know if you guys remember this, but during that time, that figure apparently in the community, everybody was being warned to be careful when they bought the figure because it was coming bootleg. I don't know who was bootlegging the figure. I don't know how that was even possible, but apparently it was happening. They were making that Wolverine bootleg again. I bought mine on like eBay, I think, and the box came, and I was like, how would I ever know if this is legit or not? So I never knew if it was or not. I'm assuming mine's perfectly fine. But that was happening with the X-Men Origins Wolverine. So my question to you is, how do they do this? How do they bootleg the figures? Because I would love to know that. Guillermo, my friend, welcome. How are you? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Hello, Fab and friends. I'm watching live stream while eating some tamales with atole. Hope everyone's doing. Oh, tamales with atole. What is atole, my friend? Let me know, because I love tamales, but I don't know what atole is. Let me know what atole is. Carlito says, I'm disappointed with Star Wars releases too. I didn't care for the Ahsoka series. We got over 6 figures for it. No hate. Don't understand why we got so many figures for a show that underperformed. Well, I mean, you have to understand too that Hot Toys is always looking for figures to make, right? They're looking for product. They're looking for characters. They're looking for, material, right? Obviously, they have to figure out ways. We talked about this yesterday. They have to figure out ways to keep making money. They have to get figures, to keep making money. They have to figure out what licenses, what characters are going to bring the money. So I'm assuming, right, that they jumped on the show like they did every other show, Loki, right? You got Ahsoka, you got Obi-Wan, right? You got all these shows. Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett. So all these shows to them is nothing but money, right? Nothing but ideas to make money, nothing but characters to make money. The problem is they don't know how people are going to react to these figures, right? A show could do very, very well and a show could do very, very bad. But does that mean that that's going to affect how everybody feels about the figure? Absolutely not. You guys know me, for example, I will buy things without even watching the show or the movie. A lot of you guys won't even touch a figure unless you're in love with the show or the movie, right? So it's not about the shows underperforming or overperforming. It's not about that at all, right? Because there are plenty of people just like me, a lot of people who just love Star Wars, don't necessarily enjoy the shows, but there they are. Look how many people complain about the Force Awakens, the Return of the Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker movies. They got figures from them, though. They bought Star Wars figures from those trilogies, because they look great. They're fans of Star Wars. Yeah, they hated the movie, but the figures look good. So you're going to be like, oh, I didn't like the movie, so I'm not buying. Again, there's tons of you guys that are like that, but there are tons that aren't that like that as well. Some people, and I learned from you guys that this was a thing. People need attachment to be able to buy something. I was like, man, it's a figure. Why wouldn't I buy a figure? I'm a collector. I like the figure, right? I don't necessarily need to like a show or a movie to like a figure, to enjoy how a figure looks, to see, oh man, that would look amazing in my collection. That looks sick. That looks beautiful. Look at the accessories. Look at you know, the articulation, all that stuff. I don't need to watch a show to enjoy a figure. Again, that's just me, and I'm not alone. Just like there are tons of you guys who need to love a show or a movie to be able to fall in love with a figure, right? Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Everybody has their own ways, and everybody does what makes them happy, and it's that simple, right? So that's the thing. It's not that you can feel however you want to feel. There's nothing wrong with you feeling, upset or disappointed or mad, or nothing wrong with it, because that's how you feel about your aspect and your portion of that Hot Toys market, right? Which is the Star Wars. So obviously, if you're a Star Wars collector and there's nothing Star Wars being pumped out, you're like, what the hell? Or like you mentioned, there's a show that to you it sucked, and you're like, why are they making all these figures that I don't even like, right? Again, that's not just specifically, for you as a person. That's just for everybody as a whole. Whoever's going to buy it is going to buy it, and that's that, right? If you don't like it, what are you going to do? Man, this sucks. All you could do is complain and skip, right? You skip the figures that you don't like, and all you can do is wait, until the next thing. The problem is, what are you going to have in between? Marvel, you're going to have DC, you're going to have one-offs, you're going to have, all these random things that they make, like the Japanese grasshoppers. So that's what happens. All that's going to happen is you're just going to have to wait longer and hope that they do make something that makes you happy. That's all we can do, is just wait and hope that's why when they release something and they announce something, I get happy every single time, because that's just another potential figure that's going to come in my collection, right? I've never said I am not getting something. I've always said I'll get it later on, right? Just because you guys know I love Hot Toys, period, right? I don't need to, that doesn't look good, I'm not getting that. Like, I would never say that, because I just love collecting, right? You guys know that already. I don't find excuses to not collect. If anything, I find reasons to collect. Like I told you guys, I ordered that Present Toys head sculpt, knowing that somebody else was going to make it. Somebody else did make it, and here we are. But I saw it. Kid had sent out a coupon code for $10 off. I said, why the hell not? Because I just needed an excuse to buy something. A true collector just needs an excuse to buy something. It's just that simple. Whether it's a head sculpt, whether it's an outfit, whether it's a body, whether it's a head sculpt, whether, you always, as a collector, you always looking for ways to spend money on collecting. It's just that simple. Shipping is hell. There you go. It's not worth it to buy from the Philippines. Exactly. It's better to buy here if you're here. There you go. So there you go, Bob. Makes sense. Big Rib, welcome, my friend. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome back. Thank you for being here, my friend. Bob says someone makes the head sculpt in the Ahsoka. Yeah, exactly. So again, it may not be made for everybody, right? You have people who don't even like Star Wars. So what are they saying about those figures? You know what I mean? They're like, I don't care for Star Wars. So absolutely, the figures look incredible, right? They look great. But if you don't like it, you don't like it, and nobody can get you out of not liking something. It's that simple, right? So nobody, no matter how much somebody tries to sell you something that you're not interested in, you're not falling for it. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Atole is hot chocolate on steroids. Ooh, I never knew that. Atole is like hot chocolate on steroids. See, because the Colombian culture, they make hot chocolate. They make like a homemade hot chocolate. And you know what they put inside? They put inside a piece of cheese inside the hot chocolate. So the hot chocolate will melt. The cheese will melt inside the hot chocolate as you're mixing it. And the point of it is, the hot chocolate is very sweet and the cheese is salty. So the whole point of that is to balance out the flavors. And you're sipping your hot chocolate as you're taking bites of the cheese. the most delicious thing you'll ever have. Really, really good. Typically, the hot toys here are typically 50, $60 lower in the U. Oh, wow. That would be perfect over here. If we could get the hot toys for 50, $60 cheaper, and that's the only discount I need. You know what I mean? Like if they're going, for example, this figure here is a different story because 495, I would love to pay, this probably 300 and change, max. This is not worth 495 at all, right? Um, but if a regular standard $280 figure was $60 off, absolutely. You know how many people would buy? How many more people would buy? Crazy. What's great here is that we usually buy in stores, rarely shipping. Oh, see, that makes sense. So you just go pick up like you do it, like you would in Hong Kong. People go to Echo Bays, Rebel Bays, Secret Bays, and they get their stuff, 1, 2, 3. So that makes sense. Bob says, yep. TK Hot Toys doesn't give credit. All their photo has been. Yep, absolutely. Irish says, I love that you don't tell others how. Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, number one, who am I to tell you what to do, right? Obviously, the YouTubers, feel like that's their role to tell people what to do and what not to buy and what to buy, right? I'm not that person. I would never, you know, uh, tell anybody or try to encourage anybody's, own choices. Try to affect how they collect or how they spend their money. I would never. Again, people feel not people, YouTubers feel that entitlement, because their channels are on another level, so they feel like they're on a level where they could tell you what to do, right? I would never do that, whether I'm at that level or not. It's just I wouldn't do that. I feel like it's disrespectful. Somebody telling me, "Oh, well, why'd you do that? You should do this." You want to angry me very quickly? Say that to me, because who are you to tell me what to do? And because I feel that way, I would never do it to anybody else. It's just that simple. I would never be, if I don't like being told what to do, why would I go do it to somebody else? That's being a hypocrite. I would never do that. But I will always tell you guys how I do things in the hopes of helping you guys out one way or another. If you take my advice, cool. If you don't, cool. Right? It's that simple. But I would never tell you, oh, you need to buy this or you need to. The only person I say that to is Rudy. Because Rudy's spending all our retirement money on on present toys. Rudy, stop wasting our retirement. Guillermo says atole is a popular hot beverage in Mexico, made by steeping brown sugar, cane, cinnamon. Oh wow, never heard of this. Wait, so it's like panela? Is it panela? We call it panela. Panela is like solidified brown sugar and it becomes like a block, and then we mix that with water and we put lime in it, and it becomes the most refreshing drink in the world. We call it panela though. Let me know if that's the same thing. That's awesome. Unlike some YouTubers that say you respect others if they like it but create a topic in the live stream. Exactly. I that's one thing, you guys, I mean, I don't know if you know, but I love Hot Toys, period, point blank, and no story. I will always be a Hot Toys fan first and foremost. It doesn't mean that I'm just going to be a simp over Hot Toys. Like I told you guys earlier and plenty of times before, I will always call them out. I will always bring up their negative stuff. I will always point out their negative stuff because, again, just because I'm a big fan, just because I know they're the best company out there, doesn't mean that I owe them anything or they owe me anything. I'm still a customer, right? I don't work for them. They're not my friends, right? So for me to do anything, good or bad, it's for me, right? It comes from me and only me, right? They've never paid me to say anything good or bad, right? So why do I need to be afraid of being honest with you guys? There's no need to be afraid. The problem is these YouTubers attach themselves with companies that they need to, no matter what, kiss ass. And the moment you say anything negative about that company you're attached to, why you attach to them anyway? So that's why you guys see all this fake positivity, all this fakeness, because it's not realistic. Companies do good, companies do bad. Products are good, products are bad. Not every product is perfect. Very, very Minimal products are very perfect. So it's just unrealistic and fake to pretend that everything's positive and everything's good. It's just, that's not life. That's not real life. Everything in life is not perfect. So why would I not speak about the good and the bad about every company? Oh, that's right, because people don't like hearing their negative stuff. But guess what? That's life. It's that simple. So anybody sugarcoating other company is for one reason or another. But if you notice, the first company that is bashed is who? Hot Toys. Why is that? Because Hot Toys doesn't have anybody in the community kissing channels' asses. That's why everybody's real quick to talk crap about Hot Toys. It's that simple. You notice not J&D, Inart has been on tour since last year for Inart, and look, Inart suddenly it's the best figure in the world. Inart is the best company in the world, according to these people. Hot Toys doesn't need to do that. Hot Toys doesn't need to go on tour to get people to like them because they already know they're established. They already know they're the best. They already know that they got all the licenses. Every single 1/6 scale company that's out right now wishes they were Hot Toys. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's no, nobody wants to be Hot Toys. Everybody wishes that they were something. No, everybody wishes that they were Hot Toys. Everybody wishes that they had the handle on the market that Hot Toys does. Now they're getting into third party. What do you think that's going to, again, licensed third party, cheaper figures? What do you think that's going to, what do you think that's going to mean? The crappiest company apparently is coming out with another company that's still going to take your money because we're all buying that cheap stuff. Absolutely. So you think they're doing this just because they don't know what's going on, just because they're a crappy company, just because they have no sense of direction, they have no sense of path, they don't know where they're headed? Out of your mind. Every company wishes they were Hot Toys. It's that simple. Doesn't mean that other companies aren't good. Doesn't mean that other companies aren't bad. But you cannot talk about Hot Toys like you don't know what you're talking about. People who talk badly about Hot Toys don't know anything about Hot Toys. They clearly don't. And a lot of these YouTubers have been collecting for what? 4 years, 5 years, maybe 6 years, and that's about it. So do they really know anything about Hot Toys? Absolutely not. Have they bought everything that Hot Toys has made since they started collecting? Absolutely not. So how can you tell me, or how can you think that the opinion you tell me or that your views are going to be helpful to me in any way when you don't know what you're talking about because you haven't been around at all? That's when it gets crazy. And that's when I'm like, yo, like, what are these people thinking? Like, who are they talking to? Because they don't know anything. So how can you possibly tell somebody else something that you don't know anything about? And the worst part is that it's always a negative thing. It's never anything positive. It's always some negative comment whilst being positive about God knows what. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. I collect like you, Fabs. There's no wrong way. Exactly. It's all for you. Obviously, if you want to make it a public thing, you take pictures, you post on your social media for people to like and stuff. That's up to you. But if there was no social media, right? At least when I started collecting, Facebook wasn't really a thing. It was, but I wasn't really on it. A lot of people weren't really on it. So it wasn't a place where like everybody was just constantly posting. It wasn't a thing. At least for me, I wasn't into social media like that. A lot of collectors that come from my era are not big on social media like that. It just wasn't a thing for us. That's where I feel like I lost a lot of, my potential in this whole, YouTube world and stuff. Because if I would have thought about it from then, you better believe I would have been the biggest channel right now, 100%, because there's nobody out there that's YouTubing or influencing that has a collection this big or bigger than me. But again, because that wasn't my world and it wasn't something that was appealing to me, I just didn't even bother with it. And do I regret it? No, because it was my life, right? It wasn't something that, it was in my face and I was like, you know what? I'm going to choose not to do this. No, that wasn't the case. I didn't know about it. right? I didn't know that was a thing. So years went on and years went by, and I just kept collecting to myself when I could have had all that content, all those views, all that stuff, all those subs. I tell you right now, guys, my channel would be the biggest channel right now if I had, started YouTubing from when I started collecting. So I do regret that. I do regret not knowing that it was a thing, but I don't regret that, that I didn't do it because I'm fine. It's not like I missed out on like, oh my God, my life is ruined because I didn't YouTube. Absolutely not. But I would have had, my channel would have been, forget it. Tuli says, Fabs, you don't know what a toll is? Yeah, no, I never heard of it. I never heard of that word. Now I know. Damn. Mr. Mars, Fabs, I love collecting my way, while other YouTubers say, yeah, so what I was going off of this, comment, my, because it looks like a lot of, YouTubers have to give you guys these like really catchy, catchy thumbnails and catchy lines. So, I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't really do that stuff. But for today's show, actually, I did have one ready for you guys, just because it creates conversation. So let me remove. So this is my topic, for today, just as a a clickbait for you guys because it looks like I'm missing out on it. Oh man, I hope this is catchy enough for you guys. Oh my God, we got chocolate con queso. That's correct. Oh, you definitely had that. You definitely had that. I know you did because it's from that region. Roberto, how are you? Look at you, my friend. Welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy holidays, everyone. Look at that. Look at that. Example of price here is the Hono Wolverine converted is about $140. Oh, look at that. Tax included. Look at that. See, for us is 160 and plus tax and shipping comes out to like 180, like 188 or something like that. So that's awesome. 140. Look at that. My God, so cheap. I never trash talk a figure either because that figure might be someone's favorite. Exactly. And who am I? And that's what they do. Thank you. That's exactly what they do. They put, so there's a lot of collectors that need the guidance, right? They need the guidance. They always ask, man, should I get this? Should I not? Why? I have no idea. But that is a thing in the community. A lot of people love that help. Oh, guys, what should I do? Should I pick between this one and that one? Can you help me decide? That's a thing, right? That is a 100% a thing, which there's nothing wrong with asking for help, right? That's not the problem. The problem is you got these people just going in on these figures like the figure stole money from them just to turn people off, just to turn as many people off as possible, right? I could tell you what I dislike about a figure, right? Oh, I don't like this about it, but everything else, is cool. I like this, I like that. I will always point out what I don't like, but I will never tell you that's crap, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap, because what is that going to do? You repeat something long enough, you're going to believe it. So that's what happens. These people are constantly with their fake positivity talking bad because according to them, inert is great. Inert is king. Inert is the best thing in the world. But Hot Toys is suddenly crap. They've been collecting Hot Toys before. Inert existed, but Hot Toys is crap all of a sudden. That's what I don't like because it's fake. We got Carlito says, I have my preferences. It's not about me. I get that there will always be people that buy. Correct. Exactly. From a business perspective, I don't get. Correct. Absolutely. No, we all know what you meant, right? We all don't understand why Hot Toys will pick some figures or some lines sometimes. I could tell you that clash of the whatever the fighters or whatever it is, the League of Champions or whatever that line is with those 100 some. The first thing I said was, "What the hell is this?" Because I didn't know what it was. So I said, "What the hell is this?" It was not appealing to me when I noticed that it was 30 something characters at first, and then somebody said it's more like 150. So it's like even better. I am not getting in a line with all these figures coming. As again, I don't know anything about it. And that first figure that they made, that female figure, wasn't even appealing to me. So I was like, I am good on this line. If I missed the first one, believe me, I don't need any of them because that's it. If I don't get into the whole line, I am not getting anything from the line, right? That's how I keep control of the lines I get into, which up to today, I've always bought literally everything, right? Every single figure that was ever announced, I would always buy because I just love Hot Toys. It's just something that I love. I don't expect everybody to buy everything, but I always did. Now it's getting to a point where like Hot Toys is pumping out too much. Everything's super expensive. I'm not buying it as many, but still, the Batman, the 22 Batman. Guess what? I'm buying two. One for the flight suit and one for the regular look. One for the head sculpt and the hair. But it doesn't mean that I have to constantly, continue to buy everything. No, like now I'm at a place where like now I need to be picky. At first, I had all this space, 800 square feet, wide open. Of course, I'm buying everything, right? And here we are. So obviously, I got to control myself now, but I'm still buying whatever the hell I want. I don't listen to anybody to tell me what to buy. Español Fabs, yo hablo poquito porque mi madre es boricua y mi padre es italiano. Yeah, yo nací en Barranquilla, Colombia. Barranquilla, Colombia, y yo me vine a los Estados Unidos en el año 92. 92, my friend. I didn't know you spoke Spanish. Wow, that's crazy. Boricua. Any Boricuas here? I know Puerto Rican Sith Lord, obviously. Is Boricua, but I don't really know anybody else that's Puerto Rican. Good to know, my friend. Nice. Another Spanish speaking man. Cornelius is back. Welcome, my friend. This isn't going to sell well. Yeah, I don't think so either. No, it's not limited. It's part of the What If line, and it's not die cast, so it's all plastic. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a Hydra Stomper. It's probably gonna sit. It's a big piece. It's an expensive piece. I don't think everybody's gonna go crazy over this. Again, the fact that it's not die cast is usually a big selling point for these figures. But look at the Hydra Stomper. There was no die cast on that thing whatsoever, and it's still sitting. So I'm with you 100%. This is not going to do well at all because of what it is. I already told you guys, a lot of people are like, what the hell is this? Who asked for this? But I can tell you, the people who do get it will be very happy with the piece because it's a massive piece. On Carter says, looks like premium. Exactly. It looks like a third party, right? It looks like a third party 100%. But beautiful. I can guarantee you this, guys. I have a feeling that somebody will repaint this and make it a single color, and it's going to look even more incredible. Because that's what this needs, a repaint. Leo, welcome. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here at work right now. I'll catch up. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by, saying hello. I appreciate it. Joker just says, we just add booze to everything. It works with every recipe. You're crazy. Carlito says, I'll try to figure out find objectively bad, but don't judge anyone. Exactly. Who wants said beauty is correct. I took a bunch of crap. Crazy argument, but exactly. I loved the classic Iron Man, that yellow thing. At first, from pictures, I was like, yo, that doesn't look good at all. It looks very cheap, very blah. And in hand, it feels very cheap, but the thing is beautiful. Those colors are beautiful, and I don't like yellows. I've told you guys that my least favorite color of all time is yellow, and that thing is the brightest yellow in the world, and I love it. That head sculpt is beautiful. That WB Batman, that blue Batman, was also an issue in the community. A lot of people were for it. A lot of people hated it. That thing, to me, is beautiful. The bats are my favorite thing out of the whole figure, and obviously having a variant, can't beat a variant. Roberto, ¿cómo estás? Long time, my friend. I think you were here yesterday. How are you? Dímelo, Fabio. What the F? I didn't know you were going live. Either way, Feliz Año. Yes, my friend. Well, obviously, I'll talk to you before then. But yes, I was I set it up at like I think it was like 11:30ish, um, just so I could talk about this beauty that's out right now. Um, Faz, you don't need to be the biggest channel to be the best channel. You're a true veteran in this game, and you have. Thank you, my friend. No, absolutely, you're right, and that's the thing. My reason for wanting the channel to grow is for me to get the message out there. That simple, right? The problem with what's happening right now is this. Obviously, you have all these channels that pretty much have monopolized, you know, their people, right? You have about 6 channels that are literally the same people over and over and over, saying the same thing over and over and over. So what happens? They catch everybody's attention, and that's what they do. Now they create this narrative, which I tell you guys all the time. It's every channel, it's got to be the same thing. You can't go against the grain. You can't do or say the opposite of anybody else, because that's not what they're trying to do. So they create this false sense of, look at this happy place, look at this safe place, look at all this stuff again, and it affects people negatively, because you see all these people's channels with 100 and some viewers. You're like, oh, they must know what they're doing. And that's what bothers me. So it's not about, my channel being small or anything. It's just, I want to get the message out there. I want, people who are being badly influenced by these other people who haven't been in the community, anywhere near as long as, other people, and they don't have the experience. What they do have is YouTubing skills, digital skills, how to make a background, how to make a thumbnail, because I can't even do that, tell you guys the truth. If you see, all my thumbnails were made by who? Bobby. Without Bobby, my channel would look a mess. But because, number one, I don't like change, and number two, I'm okay with everything being the same, I'm good, right? That's all I needed. I just need one. I don't need to be fancy, right? I don't need to be fancy. I don't need to. What's important is the message, and that's all that matters, right? You guys see my videos when I get a figure. I could research and go pay for all this stuff, or have somebody make my videos. It's not that serious. As long as I get my point across in the video and tell you guys how I feel about the figure, that's all that matters. I don't need to become a movie director, Steven Spielberg, to give you guys my opinion about a video. Yes, obviously it's affecting the views. Yes, it affects, everything when it comes to the YouTube world, right? I understand. But as long as I get the message out, that's all I care about, and that's all that matters. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Majority of the channels who stream all the time blew up in 2020 when everyone stayed home watching content. That makes sense too. That makes sense. And that's another thing. I didn't even have my channel in 2020. So, I was already left behind, from the get-go. But as you see, I'm already, I already have over 4,000 subs, right? That's due to mostly, obviously, the shorts that bring you a lot of subs. Doesn't mean that these subs are watching, right? They're not engaging to the channel. But I never thought that, it took me forever to get 1,000. So I'm like, oh, this is going to take forever. Now I'm almost at 4,500, 4,300, something like that. But it's just, that all that stuff doesn't matter to me. It's just getting my point across. That's all I need. I want to do. That's all I care about. What's up, Tuli? Let's see. At Carlito. I like to. No!
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh, man, O'Carden. Unbelievable. I knew they would make this suit because Iron Man. Well, they teased it a while ago. Remember, this is not like the first time we see this. They've teased this. It was just a matter of when they were gonna, when are they gonna release it? But we knew this. We knew this was coming. Let's see who else. Roberto says, Fabio, what's with the non-stop? Well, there's no action. There's no Star Wars. You got to talk to Disney. There's no figure talk. Jeff says, I don't like it. That's my opinion. I'll always give my opinion if asked. If I don't like it, ignore more. Exactly. It's very simple, right? If somebody says, hey, what do you think? Absolutely. But you don't need to go bash it for people to like, be on your side. Like that's so like I don't get it. When I complain hard, it's usually because I'm really disappointed and let down. Batman Begins, for example. Oh, that was horrible. I was so looking forward. They blew it. Yep. That is one figure that I also thought was going to be amazing. Why? For those who don't know, Hot Toys made 3 of those figures. They made a very, very first Batman Begins figure that was horrible. Then they made that Toy Fair exclusive that was beautiful. And then they reissued it at 2.0 that was trash. They changed the suit material, which it could go either way. The Toy Fair exclusive one, the good one, was like a rubberized suit, and all the dust and all the dust particles got stuck on it, and it looks dirty. The new suit, they changed the material for that reason, but it didn't translate properly, so it looked ugly. And not only that, but the design of that suit with those triangular attachments at the clavicle for the cowl and the cape, nightmare of a figure. But yes, I thought that figure was going to look amazing, and it didn't. Miami says, yeah, they're pumping out way too much too quick. Yep, the figures I really want, I pre-order. The rest I buy after. Exactly. The important ones, correct. So that's what I'm doing. Same thing. I'm ordering the limited ones first, right? And then I'll get everything else later on. I'm not worried about none of that. Got to be smart. Oh, Jeff Boricua in the house. Look at that. Another one. Another Boricua. Awesome. We got Steve131. Welcome. Nice to see you. Dreadfully windy and wet here. Oh, he was talking to BMW lover. Wepa. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Look at that. Nicoya here. Oh, my God, you guys. I know people from Bayamon. I know people from Santurce. I know people from... oh, my God. Where's another one? Bayamon, Santurce. There was another San Juan. Isla something. I think there was another. I know a bunch of Puerto Ricans. That's awesome. There's a bunch of you guys here too. Derek says it looked like Omega Supreme from the Transformer. Omega Supreme. Oh my God. Can you imagine? I mean, that said, this is the kind of figure that I buy, the Marvel Legends version. Yep, exactly. Yep. This is not something, that if you don't have in your collection, you'll be like, oh, I missed out on an amazing piece. Absolutely not by any means whatsoever. But me, for example, I already own all of the season 1, and they're going to make more. So again, to just continue having the entire line of that show, that's why I'm getting it. But is this like necessary? Absolutely not. Jeff says a lot of the 100 plus viewers are young dudes that don't know much either. Absolutely. They don't really know much. And again, there's nothing wrong with them having that type of viewership, right? It's not about that. It's what they're pumping out and peddling during those streams. That's the problem, right? You can't hate on anybody for having, for doing their work, right? From doing the work and getting to that level, right? You can never hate on anybody like that. But the issue is you're leading all these 100 plus people the wrong way. And that's what bothers me, Fabs, you have no business being this real, this early. I know. I can't help it. Oh my God. Rob Boricua, look at that. Boricua, God, you guys, a lot of PR in here. A lot of pasteles. Pastelitos. San Juan and San Juan PRDR. San Juan and San Juan PRDR. He said, dale. P-Rock also. Shout out to P-Rock. P-Rock is Puerto Rican too. P-Rock. So yeah, guys. Beautiful figure. Again, I don't know. Not that I don't know. I don't think it's going to do, well at all. What's appealing to me is that head sculpt, like I told you guys, that changes it for me all day long. As you can see right here, that looks beautiful. The one thing I could tell you is the colors, right? The colors look cool. To me, though, The colors are all over the place. I would never purposely buy something like this and because of the colors, right? I would never be like, oh, the colors are cool. Like, it's too all over the place. It's, I like a specific tone. The main reason why I didn't like the Iron Patriot paint application too much was because of that. It was just the funky colors, right? The suit is gorgeous, but it was just those colors. I still bought it. I bought 2 of them at that. So like I tell you guys, it's not about, oh, is the figure appealing? No, I love Hot Toys. Whatever it is, I love it, But here you go, guys. Gorgeous figure. Also, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere because this guy was released. Okay? So we have this guy finally out, looking beautiful. Anybody order this? Is anybody getting this? Anybody excited for this? Let me know in the chat because it's looking beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw the Pop Mart Gong diecast Buzz Lightyear that came out a few months ago. That piece sold out in a heartbeat. So I bought that one. This one was announced. I bought that one, this one as well, because, you can't go wrong with Buzz. Buzz is awesome. Look at that. You got the jetpack. You got this thing here. I forgot what this is. You got the pistol. You got, it looks like handcuffs. And you got the lightsaber, the sword. Look at that. You got the cat socks. Let me know if anybody getting this. You got the eye rolling system. Separate rolling eyeballs. See? They're moving everywhere. Subs rarely equate to actual views and participation. It's just a way to monetize. If you're chasing money, how can I trust your exactly. And that's what happens. Right? If I were to link up with InArt, right? Obviously, my whole point of linking up with InArt would be for what? To get figures early, right? So how can I say anything badly about a company when I am expecting them to send me stuff for free or early? Can't ever say anything bad. All I can say is what? Oh, it's the best. Oh, look at that. It's the best. And that's all you're going to hear from me because that's all I can say. Because if I say anything other than that, I won't get my free early figure. So how can you possibly look at Joker J's comment? How can you possibly trust that? But these people got over 100 people watching, listening to this garbage. That's the problem. I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx. Oh, the Bronx. Look at you. My native language is Spanglish. The Bronx. That's a real Puerto Rican. Oh my God. That's crazy. If you want to make money, God bless you. But I reserve the right to question your integrity. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And that's why, like, when talking about my channel growth specifically, that's why, I'm growing slowly but surely, 100% growing, right? I'd rather have this type of growth, a slow but sure growth, right? I want people who watch me to really watch me for a reason, right? Not just to watch me because, just to pass the time, just because you're bored. Like, I want people to watch me because they like my views, they like what I say, right? They relate to the things I say, right? That's what I want. I want a core of people who really, who really are pretty much on my same side of viewing, collecting, right? To a certain extent. Obviously, I'm not telling you if you don't agree with me, don't watch me. That's not what I'm saying at all. But obviously, the people who have been with me from day one enjoy my views, right? So for me to suddenly start telling you the wrong stuff, why would I expect anything positive to come out of that? That's what they're doing, though. And they grew, at least, it feels like for me, very quickly. Again, I understand why. I get it. So it's not like, oh, well, how did that happen? No, I understand. But I am very happy with my growth because I know the people who are watching me, right, don't necessarily fall for the BS. I'm not saying you guys don't watch anybody else. That's not what I'm saying. But you guys can kind of gauge what's BS and what's not. And that's what I want. I want you guys to realize that a lot of the things that the other channels are saying is crap. 100% crap. You know? Carlitos, we speak Spanglish as well. You guys are nuts. Pablo, welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. Was it Pop Mart a different scale? Yes, it was. Correct. 100%. But that figure was amazing. The die cast, the weight, the base, magnetic base, everything about the figure, different hair pieces. I think it was different head sculpt, if anything. I think it was different head sculpt. The figure was amazing. Yes, a different scale. It was a smaller scale, correct? But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's why I compare it to that, because I got both to display the Pop Mart with the hair, with the blonde hair, and then this one obviously with the cover, because he doesn't have hair. But you're 100% correct. BMW Lover says, I have that buzz on PO. It looks cool. I'm not really a fan. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to, and this is a great point. You don't have to like the movie. You don't have to be attached to the movie to appreciate a figure. This is a perfect example. I watched Toy Story 1 and nothing else. I believe I think they're up to Toy Story 4. I've only seen 1. I don't need to watch 04 to be like, I love Buzz Lightyear. I am good. I know the figure will be great. I also purchased Hot Toys Belle from Beauty and the Beast and Maleficent. I watched Maleficent 1 and 2. Do I care for the movies? Absolutely not. Do I own the figure? Why the hell not? That's my point. So you and I, same page right here. BX, let's go. Daryl Smith, welcome. He says, just bought an Endgame Iron Patriot for a seal. There you go. For a steal on Pop Culture Planet. That's what I want. Daryl, that's what I want. So, guys, the only reason why I bought 2 Iron Patriots was for that reason. To have one blue and red, like the original paint, and one of that, metallic gunmetal, original War Machine paint application color. And I can't find somebody in the US to paint it for me at all. I would have to ship it to Hong Kong or somewhere else overseas to get it painted. Can you imagine? If somebody could paint in the US, please let me know, because I want to get it done big time. I mean, that says I have a slow but sure growth of my. Never mind. Oh my God. You guys are nuts. Also, having thousands of followers, viewers is overrated, in my opinion. For me, it's quality over. Well, that's what happens. With YouTube specifically, you can literally have 1,000 subs and have like 400 people watching you at all times. It's not about the amount of subs. It's how you can get the engagement from those subs, right? That's like the one thing that I feel like I'm missing, right? How to get those subs into the streams, right? Obviously networking with all the other channels would be a no-brainer. I would never, right? I came from that. I walked away from that. I didn't like any of that. That's why I'm here by myself. But obviously there are ways to, take a shortcut to get there faster, which again, I'm in no rush. I love being with you guys as often as I am. As you guys know, I'm part-time, Tuesdays and Saturdays, that's it. Make my videos here and there. If I wanted to make, obviously, this full-time, obviously, I'll be streaming like other channels, stream 5, 6, 7 days a week. I have a career. I have a job. I can't do that, which is why I don't mind my growth. As like I said, it's happening. As long as it's happening, I'm happy, right? Because it's happening. If it wasn't happening, like, yo, what the hell's going on? But it's happening, and that's all that matters. As long as I'm growing, that's all that matters. I'm in no competition with anybody else. I'm not looking to be like anybody else whatsoever. I, like Tuli's saying, quality over quantity. I'd rather have, like you guys, 30 solid, 40 solid all the time of, people that come back every week and like me for what I have to say and all that. I would rather that than have 100 people who don't really care. Right? I'd rather people who are actually taking in the advice, listening to the things that I say, enjoying the things that I say. Because that's so much, about listening, right? You can agree and disagree. If you disagree, guess what? I would love to know why you disagree. And we could have a debate. You could tell me why, and I could respond. And there's no issues, right? There's no issue. But at least I know that you guys are engaged in the topics, in the conversation, and all that. I can guarantee you, if there was 100 and some of you guys in here, this chat would be all over the place, right? Which I understand where the super chats would come in to get, your comment read. So I get it, but this is perfectly fine with me. At least, like I said, I'm in no rush. Obviously, who doesn't want to grow? Everybody wants to growth, but this is perfect for me. I agree. Tool equality is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always, always, always. Paul, how are you? Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got. I checked out and also from the other channels when they ran out. Less is more. He said less is more. That's that's that and post being deleted from. Ooh, I gotcha. But yes, I did see. I did see that. They started posting things like that, like, oh, less is more. It's like, wrong hobby, buddy. Because how are you going to be a collector with 10 figures? But hey, again, whatever people need to do, that's their problem. It's none of my business. But yeah, guys, anybody getting this? I know a couple of people said yes and no, but anybody excited for this? Again, this is not the same scale as the Gong Pop Mart. So it's going to be completely different, a bit taller. I don't even remember if this is die cast. I have a feeling it might be. Let me check. Because this figure is very, very appealing. Here we go. Die cast. No die cast, guys. No die cast. So yeah, so it's going to be a 345 figure, no die cast, and it's already waitlisted. Obviously, we know that doesn't mean anything, but if you're interested, you'll be able to get it, eventually. This is not going anywhere by any means. Again, how many did they made? Who did they make? Who knows? But I don't think many were made, by any means. Just because, like, who's really, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we love Buzz, but who's really going crazy for Buzz? You know what I mean? It's not trending. It's not, obviously, this happened because of the movie, right? The new movie, not Toy Story. This is from his movie, right? So this is why it was made. But again, who's really, at our age going, yeah, let's go see the Buzz Lightyear movie? Obviously, a lot of people know it's out. A lot of people know about it, but did they go see it? Probably not. But they know that they saw Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 1. And that's most likely where the attachment for that character comes from. That very first story. Because I can tell you, anybody my age, I'm 40 years old, anybody around my age knows Toy Story 1. And I can guarantee you that's when they first felt an attachment for Woody and Buzz Lightyear. Everybody says Captain America's exactly. That's exactly right. He was Chris Evans played his voice. He did he was the actor for the voice acting. So, well, yeah, guys, very exciting. So, like I told you guys, we're not done with releases. We still have until literally December 31st from Hot Toys to release more stuff. We have all of this week, right? We still got today's the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So we got 4 days left. Again, anything can happen at any moment. We don't know what's to come. When do you think, Toby? Well, let's figure this out together. So I could tell you this. So according to release date, he's supposed to be out. Tell you right now. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, here we go. Where are you? Where are you? Come on, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where is he? I'm looking for that deluxe base. He better be here. Come on, is he? Did I miss him? Yeah, I missed him somewhere. Oh, here it is. I'm looking for the base. All right, so here we go. So it says expected to ship December 2023 to March 2024. Okay, so now we know that there's a bunch of figures that were supposed to be announced, would be released, and they weren't, right? Do I think that this figure is going to be out before the end of the year? Let's be let's be logical about this. So let's bring up this, right? So we have Buzz from this lineup here, right? So we have Buzz, right? I think that there is a huge possibility that we either get Catwoman, right? I think just to let her roll out, right? We've been waiting for Catwoman for how long? So I think there's a possibility that she is coming. I don't know. I mean, Hot Toys could say, you know what? Let's give them Toby for the end of the year. They have all the No Way Home set. We're not waiting for anything else because obviously Hobo is already out as well. So that could happen. So I'm going to say Catwoman, Selena Kyle, or Toby. Right? Now, the reason why I'm iffy about the Catwoman is because I feel like they may release her closer to Bane. But again, we've been waiting for her for how it feels like years. So I think if anything, it'll be her and then him. So that's my guesses. I think Catwoman and then maybe him. But I think Catwoman's a must by the end of the year because it's been forever. 100% been forever. My final Toby payment was pushed to January. Oh, so there you go. So it's not coming. That's delayed. But Catwoman, I'm telling you guys, Catwoman, huge possibility. I think there will be a high chance of a daily release. There could be. Absolutely. They did it last year. They were doing 2 releases per day. And they were doing one today, one tomorrow, then the next day. That can happen again. Absolutely. If they can't hold on to these figures any longer, you better believe it. Absolutely. Just like last year. Yep, exactly. This week. Oh, absolutely. That's a huge possibility. They did it last year. It could happen again. It worked out perfectly for them last year. So it could they could probably do that on purpose every year. Right? Just keep a bunch of figures delayed, and just all of a sudden at the end of the year, boom, boom, boom. Again, because it worked so well for them last year, why wouldn't they keep doing it? It sucks for us, but it worked for them, you know? I love all the Hot Toys figures, to be honest, but I use Star Wars just to limit myself as I can't buy everything. Unfortunately, buying a few pieces outside of stuff. Exactly. No, and that's fair. You don't need to, you don't need to buy everything, right? It's not realistic anyway, right? To me, there was a lot of figures that I want, obviously not Hot Toys, but there was a lot of like third-party figures over the years that I wanted, but I was like, do I really need it? No, that's why I missed out on, Sensation, Fayora, Sensation, the Asian one. Bunch of figures I missed out on because just it's like, do I really need it? Nah, I'll wait for a better one. And that happens, Nafty, welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Welcome back. I have no buzz. I'm at work. I have no buzz. I'm at work. I would literally die of happiness. Oh my God. Hot Toys was smart enough to lean the look of the figure more towards the original. Absolutely correct. More than the to capital. Absolutely. Exactly. And that's my point. I know I didn't watch that. I tried watching that Buzz Lightyear movie, that last one that came out. I couldn't. I watched maybe the first 15, 20 minutes of it. Couldn't even watch it. But I can tell you, I remember Toy Story more than this movie. And I can tell you that I ordered the Buzz Lightyear because of my memories of Buzz in Toy Story, not his movie. Right. And I can guarantee you that didn't happen just to me. That happened to a bunch of people our age, that their attachment to Buzz was from Toy Story, not from his movie. Did you see Sideshow put the Batman set April? I think. Oh hell no! I did get another delayed email from them, so I hope not. That would suck. It's not realistic to buy everything unless you're no. Even me, you guys see, I'm not buying everything by any means anymore, but eventually. Never mind, says Jenner. Oh, see, they keep changing. All right, so no, so it could be coming soon. It should be coming soon. I got 2 delayed emails, not one. I got 2. So I collect Star Wars Hot Toys, and even I have to skip them. Exactly, because I need to say absolutely no. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. It's getting 100% crazy. And you guys saw that I cut down a lot. My cases are gone. My multiples, are 99% gone. I'm still getting 2 of the new Thors, 2 of the new Batmans. I'm getting 2. There was another one that I was getting 2 of. The 2 Darth Vaders with the broken mask. I got 2 of those. And that's it. I don't really, you know what I mean? Like the doubles is not, unless it's like a figure with 2 different looks, then fine. But those days are long gone for me. They did it. They did at first. Must change it recently. Oh, I got you. Okay. I buy all Star Wars Hot Toys only like. See, that's doable, right? Collecting, like if I were to strictly collect Marvel, that's doable. Strictly Star Wars, that's doable. Strictly DC, that's doable. The problem is, you could be, like Rob, you could be in your lane all day, every day. But Hot Toys will pump out figures that will be appealing to everybody. And that's when you're like, man, that looks awesome. But then, if you have really, really good self-control, you're going to be like, nah, I'm good. Let me just stick to my stuff. That happens as well. You can be like, man, that figure's cool, but I'm sticking to my stuff. You have people who also go through that and go, oh man, that's a cool figure. You know what? I'm going to get the figure because I like it. You could be strictly Star Wars, but you're going to go here and there, pick another figure from another line. Doesn't have to be Star Wars. It could be Marvel. It could be DC. It could be Buzz Lightyear, but it's appealing. So you're like, all right, let me get it. But people who collect one specific line or one specific character is more doable, money wise, because Hot Toys can pump out 5 announcements today. How many of those will be Star Wars? Strictly Star Wars? Maybe 1, maybe 2 out of 5, maybe, but it's not going to be all 5. So that's why it makes it more doable, because you'll always get a figure here and there in between everything else. Rather than, man, I got to get everything Hot Toys, where you're going to get one today, another one today, one tomorrow, another one tomorrow, one the next day, another one. Then you got to pre-order all. Then now you got 6 instead of 1 or 2 out of 5. So that's how it makes sense. I'm cutting back, but still getting 7. 13 Captain Marvels. This guy. Fabs, what's up with those? What's up, trades? Oh, man. Now if I could get my head. I was waiting for that one. Unbelievable. As a TK one, you understand. All right. So yeah, guys. So again, be very, very aware of what's going to happen, of what may happen with, releases for the rest of the week. Again, we have until Sunday, which we're not going to get anything Sunday, obviously. So we have until Friday to get anything. And we'll see what we get. We're definitely gonna get more stuff before the end of the year. It's inevitable, Thanos. So yeah, guys, I will be back on Saturday as always. Let me get rid of this stuff. Let me get rid of your constipation. All right, guys. As always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you again Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And as always, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.